Good night. Welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Soufriere FM. It is a rainy Tuesday here in Soufriere. The time is now 8 p.m. on November 7th, 2023. I want to say good night to all those of you who are locked on, all our loyal fan base, those of you always connected to us every Tuesday night. I want to thank you for sticking with us throughout the last couple of years here on Let's Connect. We want to say good night to those of you in all the areas of Soufriere, including the wonderful, wonderful community of St Jacques and all its little communities making up this wonderful big community of St Jacques. So we want to shout out Mini, Mocha, Espérance, St Philip, Belvedere. We want to give all of you guys a big shout out. Those of you in Belfort and in Boisden, those of you in Etongs, we want to say good night to you as well. Those of you in Diamond, special good night to you at Diamond. And we want to say good night to those of you in Zeno, those of you in New Development, Crestland. Good night, good night, good night. If you are joining us, we want to say welcome, welcome to our live. Stay tuned. We have with us tonight Honorable Emma Hippolyte. We want to say good night to those of you at Palmis, those of you in Forbenier. Good night to you guys. If you are currently in town, living in Wingsville area, if you're down at Barron's Drive, if you are living on Boulevard Street, good night to you. If you are from Sulphur Springs, Margaret Tooth area, good night, good night. We want to say good night to Church Street, Victoria Street, High Street. All of you who are locked on tonight to Let's Connect, we want to say good night to you. All right then. Sorry about that. Having a bit of difficulty with the mouse. Okay, so with us joining us tonight, we have with us Honorable Emma Hippolyte joining us from the north tonight. I hope she is not experiencing as much rain as we are. Good night to you, Honorable Emma Hippolyte.
Good night,
Good night,
Reniata.
Renata.
We
We
have
have a
lovely
lovely.
You have a lot of rain?
yes,
Yes,
Okay, I thought it was
a lot
only in
of
lot
Soufriere
rain.
of
because it
rain.
was so loud. I was even afraid we wouldn't be able to hear each other on the radio tonight. That's how loud it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So much rain in Soufriere tonight, but I know somewhere a farmer must be happy, right?
Yes,
Yes,
so we are not
so we are not
complaining.
complaining.
Yeah. All right, so we wanted to start off tonight's program by sending out a very, very, very special happy birthday greeting to the one and only Ernest Sam Auger of, well, Soufriere, or currently living in the north, but we know him as one of our more well-known Soufrierians. So we wanted to say a very special happy birthday to Ernest Sam Auger, better known as Sam Auger throughout Soufriere. Want to say happy birthday to him, and we do hope that he had a wonderful day despite all of the rain.
Thank you, Reniata. I'll join you in terms of wishing Mr. Oshie the very best. I hope he enjoyed the day, but I know he was at work. So most times to have a good birthday, you need to take the day off. But I know he was at work today. But I wish him well. I wish him health, happiness, and all that he wish himself, and God's richest blessings. Um, I also want to take this moment to hail all the constituents of. You have called out some of the communities, but I want to add my voice to that. Barons Drive, Bouton, Conlopet, Fort St Jacques, we're having Claire, St Philippe, Mini, New Development, Palmis, Market Road, Chateau Bel Air, Myers Bridge, Soufriere Town, Tongue Extension, Wingsville, Diamond. I don't want Ofin to get upset with me, Diamond, um, and all the other communities. I want to say Fonjalib, Zeno, to say thank you for listening and for the interest that they have shown in some of the community projects that we are doing. Before we go into that, I also want to take this moment to acknowledge some of our hardworking civil servants, all our teachers, We know the challenge is there, but we do appreciate the fact that you are working with our young people to shape their minds. I want to say a good evening to all our police officers. You're charged with the responsibility to protect us. So I want to thank you for this. I want to shout out our nurses. We know that you have a great responsibility to ensure that our community receive the type of health care that they need, especially preventive care. So we want to thank you for this. I want as well to shout the staff of the council, the Soufriere Constituency Council. I want to thank them for the work that they do in terms of keeping Soufriere clean. I want to recognize our mayor, Mr. Titus DJ, who was recently appointed as the mayor. So we want to congratulate him and to wish him well as the mayor for Soufriere. He has a lot of work to do with his team. So I'm hoping that, and we have a new, what do we call it, a new set of councillors. We had some rotation on the council and some new councillors coming in. So I want to wish this new council a successful term in office. I want to take this moment as well to continue to ask our community to continue praying for our brother Paul Henry Adaway, as we know him, or Papa Ja. Only this evening I spoke to the wife. He's still at the hospital making progress, slow progress, but he's still there. So we need to continue our efforts at praying for him and to pray that the Lord continue to lay his healing hands on him and to guide the doctors in the right direction, and also to comfort the family and to give them the strength that is needed at this difficult time. As well, but Renata, condolences. We have the death of Fidelis. Yeah,
Fidelis. Yes,
Fidelis.
I remember that I saw the her name, the government name. I just can't recall what it is right now, but we want to do extend.
I think somebody said like Fidelis Francis, but I didn't know Fidelis as Fidelis Francis. I'm not sure she was married.
Quite not too long ago on a status. I can't even recall the name I saw. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw her photo. Everybody is very saddened by her passing. Um, so we want to extend condolences to the family and friends, to the
Yes.
community extension. Yes. Um, if anybody is on the live that knows the full name, can you please post it for us so that anybody from her area, I don't know if we have Calixta Joseph on our live tonight. She might be able to tell us.
Fidelis is not from Eton, you know. Fidelis is from Colobet originally. That's where she's sister to Sandra, the young lady who's doing the seamstress in town, Sandra Boutique.
Oh, okay. Um, mm, I just
Yeah.
know I only know her to be from the community up there. So if anybody can tell us who's on the live, can tell us her.
Fidelis means, yeah. So condolences to her relatives and friends.
All right, so tonight we have a few updates involving things within the community, but first we want to touch base on what activities that took place during our Creole Heritage Month, October. October has just ended. We had a month packed with activities. We had quite a few activities taking place over the various weekends in Soufriere, especially for Juneteenth preparations. Soufriere was a host community for this year's 2023 Juneteenth celebrations. And leading up to that, there were several activities. There was a wonderful activity in Bouton. First of all, we start off with Bouton. Honorable Emma Hippolyte, what were some of the highlights for you at Bouton?
Before Bhutan, the first activity was actually at the Soufriere waterfront, Renata.
The launching, right? The launch of the
It started with
yes.
the first event was a water event,
Mm,
and it was launched at the Soufriere waterfront, where we had all the races, swimming, and everything else
I saw a
for
clip.
the people of Barons Drive.
I saw a clip
That
of
was
you.
successful, and it was followed by Fonjalib on the Saturday.
Oh yes, fortunately, was after the launching.
Yes,
That's right. Mhm.
Yes, Fonjalib was on the Saturday, and quite a bit of activities and people participation, very well executed. It was unfortunate that we ended a little early because based on the original arrangement with the police, but it was a very good event at Fonjalib and well organized. So on the Sunday we had Bouton. That also went very well. It ended a lot later then because based on conversation with the police officers, we were a lot more flexible then. And so we moved, each community had things that were very unique to them. And to me, that was what stood out very clearly. Each community had things that was very, very different. Fortunately, we had a lot of activities of people participation, which was good. People were involved in the dancing and everything else that was happening there. Bouton, we had a very good band there in Bouton, and again, people participated. Also, Bouton in the end had about two how you call it dances, public dances after the event. I'm not sure how that went because I left before I didn't participate in the dances. Um, the following weekend we had Zeno. I went very early because I had to go to Vieux Fort, but again, Zeno had his own uniqueness in terms of if it's the huts in the bamboo huts. But what came out very clearly was the little how you call it, the kabue that they had, and most person places had what you call the bamboo bursting. Very, 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 and that was very pronounced everywhere that we went.
Yes. Mm.
And the
People,
Sunday we had the Cocoa Festival, which was very big at our Old Trafford in Soufriere. And there you had the Ministry of Agriculture taking the lead in that particular event. And I really want to take this moment to thank Mr. Sidney for his drive and the way he has embraced that. The when you look at the Cocoa Festival and you see what was good was that some of the schools participated and the children had an opportunity to use cocoa in some of the things that they were selling. And to me, that is the beginning of, of causing the younger generation to start taking ownership of some of the things that we want to cause them to our culture, to use the things that we grow and to utilize it effectively. So that went very well. And we had a very good turnout for our Cocoa Festival as well.
all right, great. After the
Yeah.
Cocoa Festival, we had the Jeunesse Creole pageant.
For Jacques had the Saturday, the Lawan Creole, yes, the Jeunesse Creole. That also went very well. So we need to commend Porsche Jacques, Mrs. Sandra Prosper and the Porsche Jacques Development Committee for their hard work in terms of putting that together. And the Sunday, they had what you call Poking Country or cooking. They had a cooking competition. Again, the Sunday when I was there, they had a very good turnout um, to support it. Then the following the following weekend, which was actually the Journée Creole weekend, you had Chateau Bel the Saturday during the day, and then you had the La Place Creole at the Soufriere Stadium. With all the rain, we still had an extremely bumper crowd and well organized. The comments that I have received from my colleagues and from persons in the north was that Soufriere did very well and they had a good time. I think they commended the police and the organizers in terms of the traffic arrangements, that there was no bottleneck coming in and going out of the venue.
Kudos to
So
all the
to me, we need to take a moment to thank the organizing committee, Krishna and Bryce, Methodius Clessin, and Glendia Charles from the foundation and the team. They had a team, and you have persons like Mr. Samoji as well overlooking everything else. But I must commend the committee for their hard work and the way they presented. Everything went well. We also need to thank and commend the Folk Research Center because Soufriere was, in order for us to have been chosen as a venue, Soufriere was supposed to present a proposal as to what it is we were going to do. And so that is why we decided that we would do the entire month and cause every community to have an event. Now, the communities that did not have an event that we were trying to work with, I think Belfort was the only one that really did not have an event. I'm hoping they can have an event subsequent to that. And I think Monlacroix wanted to have a separate event as well, because these are the only two communities that said they wanted to do something separate. We had we also needed to thank the events committee of St. Lucia for their support, because they gave significant support to the Journée Creole Day itself. And I want to thank the various community committees, because each community had an organizing committee. Bouton, Fonjalib, all of them had their own committees to put the Creole activity together. So I see the month as an opportunity for reviving the community spirit and getting community members to work together to develop their community. And that is why at the end of it, we felt it was very good if we ended the entire month with our Coup de Soufriere, which was planned for last weekend. We saw it as our legacy of hosting the Journée Creole and Creole Month activity. That there was something that we would say, well, this is, apart from all the festivals and so on and activities, the eating and drinking and the music that we wanted to see as a result of that month, this is what we have. And it was scheduled for last weekend. We were being careful. We had a weather forecast which predicted rain for the entire weekend. And apparently there was rain in St. Lucia for the entire weekend at different places, but Soufriere was sunny, both for Saturday and Sunday. But it's a lesson for us. We have now deferred the Coup de Soufriere for the 19th, which is not this weekend, the following weekend. I believe what it is going to do is to allow other communities rather, that have not, that did not plan to participate to do so. And let me say what so far, what is happening. In terms of the Coup de Soufriere, what we did was to approach the hotels, because the original thing, original focus was to just beautify the town. And that has been a project that we've been talking about, and we felt we needed to use that moment to make it become a reality. So we approached the hotels, and so far we've had positive feedback from Sugar Beach, Ladera, Stonefield, and Chasney Green Mountain. So they've agreed, they've walked around. What we had asked them is for the landscaping department to work with the Soufriere Constituency Council to work with the workers there to develop and to beautify certain spots, plant trees, plant flowers, and to give the town a new face, give the super environment a new face. Um, they've agreed to do so. For example, some other hotels have decided to adopt certain areas. Sugar Beach has decided to adopt the World Heritage Site area there, and they have started this weekend. They came with the team and they have started. Stonefield has adopted the Bouton viewing point, and they also started some work last weekend, and the work is going to continue. Ladera is going to bring you their own flowers and to do the planting, as well as Jade Mountain has not, I'm not sure that I know exactly where they have adopted, but they have agreed to participate on the day. So what are some of the things that we're going to do on that day? Projects, we have the general cleaning, we have flower planting, and you're going to see that in the town, Soufriere town, in the square and in the market area, because the plants there require some love. So the landscapers, the technical people are going to assist us in terms of giving it some treatment and to bring some life to the flowers there. There's a group, a family in Belfort have asked for help. They're going to have road construction. Some people at Crestland is going to have, they're going to have the bus stop within the market, the area where the buses are commuting. Then we have there's an artist that has to work on, who started the work on the wall, the cemetery wall, and he has a team, they are going to focus on that to complete that. We have also called on the community of Soufriere to come in to try to clean up and beautify the cemetery, inside the cemetery itself, because the persons who are buried there are our loved ones. And so far, the feedback, we had about almost 25 families that who have already committed to coming out to do the cleaning and the painting. We have received some donation of paint. We received donation from PGP, from Harris, from Carrasco, and from, what's the other one? The other paint shop in the north. So we have received.
The name is
Say
not coming.
that?
The name is not coming to me.
Yeah,
Showing
Sherwin Williams. That's Sherwin Williams. So we have received some paint from 4 paint shops, and we have also tried to purchase some additional paint to ensure that the painting work. And that is why last week when we said we needed to defer, because we didn't want to use all this paint and then for it to have been washed away. So we're just being careful. So definitely we have in stock a cleaning up of the cemetery. So I'm hoping persons can come in. We are asking 1 or 2 professional painters, persons who are really painters, to come in and direct the group, because we want the work to be done properly. We have word from Palmis. The Palmis community will be doing the cleanup then. The new development committee is going to do the unclogging of drains and some cleanup in the community. Market Road is going to do some cleanup. I'm told that Sulphur Springs is saying they want to do some cleanup, another community there. So these are some of the things that we have on communities that have come out to say, yes, they are willing to come out and do something in their community. So I am pleased. I am hoping that the spirit of self-help, which is what I wanted to say, the spirit of self-help will remain alive in the community, that we understand that we need to help ourselves and we need to help our neighbor. It is when we help each other that we are stronger.
That's correct.
So this project we have it down for the 19th. So everybody needs to pray that the Lord give us good weather for that project.
All right.
So
Thanks for
that
that.
is what we have planned on this. And I want to use that moment to encourage. I think Fonchalib also has one project there, and Fonchalib is trying to construct a small house for a gentleman that requires some help. So we are going to see how we can get that together for them.
Mm, that's a nice community project, a nice community effort. So many persons are unfortunate and have to request for help from others because they don't have family, especially in the area. I remember when the man came to the office, so I'm glad they're getting some help for that's wonderful. So could Mesopia reschedule sorry, rescheduled for November 19th, God willing, with the weather. Let us pray for that. And we want to say congratulations on a successful Creole Heritage Month in Soufriere, all the communities that participated, and those that may do some activities later on. We look forward to that and we'll support. We want to touch a little bit on the launch of the Hope Project. We discussed the Hope Project a few weeks back with the head of the Hope Committee, Mr. Michael Gustav. He was on the program, and we did
Okay.
mention it's supposed to be launched on the 27th or 28th, on the 28th of November.
28.
But as I understand, we have had a postponement. So,
Yes, because I'll be out of Ireland, so we are trying to see if we can do it sometime early in the following month.
great.
But the work continues, and as you know, the objective of Project Hope is to give hope to our youth in particular. And what we are trying to do is to work with unemployed young men and young women. We have, as you know, Michael and other business persons have we formed what you call a mentoring committee to assist and to give advice to the younger ones. And that Project Hope is to try to find employment for some persons, provide training to others, and help others start their own business. So that is what the Project Hope is all about.
That's wonderful. So we look
So
forward
it's
to
again, Raniata, if young persons are interested in Project Hope, you need to advise them to come to the office, get their names, numbers, and everything else so that they can participate.
right. I do believe there is supposed to be a meeting for the youth coming up so that we can liaise with them prior to the launch. That should still be happening this month.
Yes.
So we should hopefully be making some announcements as to that date and venue, and also to echo what Honorable Emma Hippolyte just said. Those of you who have interest in participating in the Hope Project and who want to get assistance from the Hope Project, you can begin bringing your information with you to the Soufriere constituency office or to Mr. Michael Gustav. All right, so the two of us will be collecting that information in lieu of an actual office for now, but we're using the two locations, Michael Gustav and the Soufriere constituency office, to liaise with the Hope Project.
Okay.
All right. So just a few updates on some of the activities taking place within Soufriere. We well, not just Soufriere, within St Lucia this past weekend. While we did not have the Koutme Soufriere activity, we did have the Taiwanese trade show taking place in the north. Honorable Emma, can you let us know how that trade show went?
Yes. Last weekend, Thursday night, we launched the 16th St. Lucia Taiwan trade exhibition. And that trade exhibition lasted for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It ended on Sunday. We had 69 local companies participating. We had 4 Taiwanese companies on site, and about 10 others participated virtually. And the objective of the trade show is to expose our small business persons expose the products, provide them with the marketing and the visibility that is required. And this year, what we did, we focused quite a bit on digital technology. That's what we're looking at, and we had quite a bit of what you call our service sector participating, in addition to persons that were selling actual products. And I was very pleased that we had quite a few persons in animation, robotics. The technology part of things was very, very visible this time. So to me, that was one of the plus for our exhibition. Also, in terms of numbers, last year we were at one of the hotels, and the number of persons participating were a lot less. And this year we had 69 firms within the pavilion at Rodney Bay, and there were several persons that were interested in participating, but we could not have accommodated. So it is telling us, and what I was pleased about is quite a few of the persons who participated were recipients of the MSME grant and loan program, and there were at least 4 young persons who had benefited from the youth economy. So it is telling us that the investment in terms of new businesses and assisting young persons to start their businesses is bearing fruit. So I was very pleased at that. And as you know, this month is business month. November is business month. So quite a few things are happening. In addition to the trade show, up to today, I was in Grosley this morning, where Heineken launched what they call Grow Together, and that is a virtual training program that is sponsored by Coca-Cola. And it is that I think I gave the young lady your number. It is open to all businesses. It is a 90-minute online training program. It's open to vendors. It has 4 modules. It's financial literacy, personal development, I think digital, and some other thing. But all we are seeing all over is that a focus on trying to get small businesses up and running. The MSME and the youth economy provided both technical support and funding. What was good about today was that it was the private sector, which is Heineken and Coca-Cola, also providing that type of training to small business. So it was I was very pleased at that. And I really want to encourage our business persons in Soufriere to take a moment and try to do that for us.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing that information and circulating it. So that sounds like a very interesting initiative. So kudos to Heineken and Coca-Cola for their initiative, and also to the Taiwanese trade show. I saw some footage of it. There was some wonderful displays there. I think Optronics was one of those with the robotics.
That's right.
Yeah, I saw some tips from that. So that's nice. I am glad that so many of our young persons were able to participate. I had a friend there
In
as
fact,
well.
in fact, in fact, Renata, I'm told when I engaged the young lady from Australia, she indicated that we had at least one person from Soufriere who actually went to Singapore. That
But
information to me was not presented anywhere. Some past
there was,
student of the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School.
oh, I'm not sure if it was maybe somebody else, but I did see a posting about a young man who went showcase. I'm not sure if it was from Soufriere or not. I'm not sure if that's the same person they're referring to. I I can't
Well,
recall if they
I was told that there were
mentioned.
actually it was 2 persons from Soufriere that was supposed to attend, and but one finally went because yeah. But
But
I was saying we didn't have any information on it.
Chef Orlando actually was sharing about it actually. So I actually saw it from Chef Orlando. I think he was one of the sponsors for them to go, because he did tell me about the St. Lucian robotics team going to Singapore. He was the one who mentioned it to me first of all. So, but I saw the posting. I think it was Loop Saint Lucia had a photo of the team. I can't recall them ever mentioning that they were from Soufriere, but I did see that
One
there was.
one of them apparently was from Soufriere, a boy.
I think I shared the post on Facebook. I'm not sure if it was on my personal page or the constituency group page, but I did see that posting about the St. Lucia robotics team doing very well overseas. Yeah. So
Well, as you know, I sort of assisted the Soufriere Comprehensive School with some robotic kit,
yes. Mhm.
and and I think it's an issue that we really have to pay a lot more attention to in terms of what is happening there and how our students are performing, and to give them the visibility that they deserve.
Mhm. Well, I will double check the to see if I can find the post and share it again and see if I can find the information as to the name
And
of
find a
the.
young man and then bring him onto the show.
No, I'll work on
And,
that.
and also the young lady that for some reason did not make it to the trip.
Okay, so there was a young lady who did not make it on the trip from.
Yes, from
Okay,
Soufriere as well.
that information, but I will do some follow up on that. I because I knew there was a robotics team that did very well. I just never meant I saw no mention of Soufriere in that post, but we will do some follow up on that. I will get in touch with I do believe it's Miss Vatilia, um
Pascal.
Stanislas Stanislas
Yeah.
Pascal. That's that's in charge of the robotics syllabus in Soufriere. So I will touch base with her on that. All
Okay.
right. While before we continue, just wanted to give a shout out to those of you in our live chat room. Good night to you, Melanie Hippolyte. Good night, Miss Philomena Lamontine. Good night to you, Miss Carolyn Bob. And I know she's not on the chat, but I know she's listening. Good night to you, Fancy Bowens in St. Vincent, always keeping it locked to 88.5 Sufre FM. All right, we want to remind persons or inform those who were not aware that the SMMA is hosting a meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, at Whispers, Upstairs Whispers, from 6 p.m. This meeting is to increase awareness of the SMMA, also to provide updates, project reports, and also to discuss the bylaws of the SMMA. That meeting is taking place tomorrow, Wednesday, at 6 p.m. upstairs Whispers. We urge those of you who are able to attend. This is very important information that the SMMA has to share. All right. Honorable Emma Hippolyte, there was a equipment and transportation handover to the Soufriere Hospital today. You have any comments regarding that?
Well, yes, I was informed rather late, and it was clashing with that assignment where I already had a commitment. So I know Mr. Auger did receive on our behalf. I do not have a listing of what was delivered to Soufriere, but I have to take this moment to thank the Minister for Health and his team for ensuring that Soufriere receive some sort of equipment, some updates on that.
All right. We also want to congratulate Domson Stanley from Diamond, who took place in an international honey show in the UK, and he got international acclaim and placed first. So we have so many
Wow.
accolades taking
So, so you have to bring him on the show. Let him speak about his business,
place. St. Lucia
so
won
that
both
he,
first place and second place.
first
Second
and
place
second place. Yeah,
some fourth. So but first place came from right here, Diamond in Soufriere. So big up to Diamond, big up to the Stanley and Williams family of Diamond, and once again congratulations, Domson. So I'll try and
very
get
good.
into so we can see if we can get Domson on the show. I know his uncle is very much into agriculture and bees, and I remember Domson having that interest in the bees from when we worked with his mom on the estate. She would mention that he was interested in honey and bees. So Domson has done very well for himself within the honey community. So congratulations once again, Domson. All right.
All right.
And we also have information regarding or rather, we would like any further comment regarding the closure of the Soufriere Post Office for renovations. They will be reopening on the 27th. Currently, services will be provided from the Soufriere Constituency Council on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Do we know
Okay.
what the renovations are for at this point, Honorable Emma Hippolyte?
See that?
Can you tell us anything about the renovations for the
No, I
Soufriere?
do not have. No, I do not have details at all. No.
All right.
I want
Okay.
to take this moment to commend our cricketers. They are doing very well. They are, I think, in the semi-finals. So
I
I'm
think so.
really praying.
Take part
Um,
from
so-
but bring out.
yes. So, but they have another match, I think, on Friday.
Okay. All right. So do we know the location? Is there transportation for persons? What?
It depends on how many people that are going and so on. I don't have the details, but I'm told that they are playing again on Friday because the last match was deferred, postponed because of rain.
Okay. I might have some information. I'm not seeing. Yes. Okay. So we do have some information on the cricket. So the 2023 KFC T20 cricket finals, new date is Friday, November 10th at 8 p.m. The SRDF Soufriere Stumpers are playing. So transportation will be provided for interested people by the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation. So minibus M532 will be leaving the Soufriere Square at 5 p.m. on Friday. You can contact the SRDF office to secure your seat if you are interested.
Voila. So that's important. So we pray that our guys come back. Our footballers have done the sprout. So far, the cricketers are holding their own. So let's pray that they bring that trophy home.
All right. Regarding the SMMA office, there might be a change to the venue. I'm seeing a note here that the venue was changed to Kokomo. I would need to get confirmation on that. But take note, the venue might possibly have been changed to Kokomo. So we shall try to verify if anybody can get if Mr. Dalsey can come onto our live, hopefully, or somebody from the SMMA. If you can comment on our live to let us know if that is accurate. Also, we have another notice here. All members of the Soufriere Vendors Association, you're invited to a general meeting on Wednesday, 5th November, at the Soufriere Infant School at 4:30 p.m. All right, members, you are asked to make a special effort to attend and to be on time. Also, if anybody has any interest in vacancies, there are quite a few vacancies in Soufriere nowadays. I see one here for Shoppers Choice. Shoppers Choice has some vacancies for persons interested in cashiering, in being a cashier, or in merchandising. So you can check them out before the 15th, apply before the 15th of this month. We also have vacancies at Kai Blanc Hotel in housekeeping, laundry, and maintenance handyman. Also, there are notices of vacancies at both Alice Supermarket and Marvin's Bakery. So, interested persons, there are vacancies in and around Soufriere. So, anyone who knows of persons interested in those posts, please direct them accordingly. All right. I do believe that is all of our local updates in terms of vacancies and current news. I will be back on house guests this Thursday at 10 a.m. with a giveaway from Creative Flourish. So look out for that. And there's also going to be a raffle taking place on Sunday. So you'll get more information on that on Thursday, house guests at 10 a.m. on 88.5 Soufriere FM. All right. We want to shout out once again those of you in the chat. I'm not sure, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, the individual who missed, I'm looking at the comments, the individual who missed the robotics event, was it somebody from St Jacques named Sankofa?
I don't know about the name. I'm told the person either had started work at Jalousie or something like that. I do not know.
I'm not sure if that's in relation to that. So I'm not too sure. We'll don't worry. Like I said, we will follow up with the robotics department and get that accurate information as to whether or not anyone was unable to attend from Soufriere, and those that did attend, whether or not they were from Soufriere and their names, and we shall try to get an interview with them. All right. So we shall follow up on that as soon as possible. All right. Thank you to those in the chat. Thank you, Mr. William. All right. If there's
Um,
any comments, yes.
Renata,
Mhm.
Monroe's first generation deadline for Monroe's first generation scholarships. To me, there's a deadline on that. No.
November. Hold on. I have it. The deadline. I do believe I sent it to the youth worker to distribute in the. There is a Reconnect youth chat to post in that chat. So let me just check. Deadline for Monroe first generation scholarship November 15th. All right. So you can apply on the government website. There is a listing of all the, let me get you the website. There's a listing of all the current government scholarships. So that's www.govt.lc/scholarships. All right, that link will be circulated in the Sufre Connect chat. So those of you who are not in that chat, please speak with Edissa Eugene, who is the youth worker for Sufre, so you can get access to that. Also, you can check with us at the Suffolk constituency office for the link for the Monroe scholarship. And like we said, the deadline is November 15th.
So I really want to encourage young persons to apply for this scholarship because the government really wants to see our young people progress. We really want to see our young people progress, but they need to seize the moment.
Yes, and I know quite a few persons are actually very scared to apply for these scholarships. The process of applying is something that's keeping them behind. Let it be known that there is a lot of persons willing to assist you. If you are not strong in maybe using a computer, you can get assistance to do your application. Please do not put yourself behind. These opportunities are there for you. You are only young ones, so take the opportunity while you can. So if you have any issues, come to us. We will assist you whatever we can for you to get involved. There has also been some interest in the NSDC courses, um, although some, so we have been looking into that as well. Persons that may not be able to afford to pay for the course, we don't want that to hinder you. That is all going to be also covered under the Hope project. So persons who have interest in these courses and something is holding you back, either you cannot complete the application process on your own or you're not able to fully cover the funding, do not let that prevent you from applying. If you have the zeal to apply, the urge to apply, the will to apply, you want to go back to school, you want to learn something new, you want to take your life further, do not let these things hamper you. We are going to find a way to assist you. So please do not hesitate. If you know somebody who have interest in any of these type of courses, could be carpentry, massage therapy, there's some hairdressing courses as well. There's seamstress courses as well. There's a variety of courses. So if you have an interest in going back to school and taking a course, if you don't know what's available, you can also come to us and we can go through the listing together. Okay.
Okay.
Any final comments from Honorable Emma Hippolyte?
Comments I know on still within business month, the Ministry of Commerce and the OAS and Bank of St. Lucia, there is some handing over of machines, equipment, credit card machines to some small businesses and vendors sometime on Thursday, somewhere in Soufriere. So I'm just telling people, especially small businesses that do not have or who are serving visitors, if you do not have your credit card machines, please try to approach Bank of St. Lucia, Ministry of Commerce, so that we can see whether you form part of that cohort to receive some machines
Mhm.
to
And
help
I
you with your business.
that they're making it accessible to persons. We have actually, I saw an ad. Banco St. Lucia has an ad with several of our local vendors in it. So I want to shout out Jaffe Paul and Sisterly, and also eh, when you know the name escaping you, Sugani from Obenye. We want to shout you guys out. I saw your commercial with Bank of St. Lucia, very well presented. Big up to our super vendors.
Okay, so again, and that is the benefit. That is the benefit of bringing the vendors together. It's a learning process, but that's the benefit. Soufriere coming together, causing the vendors to come together. Now, other communities are looking at us to do the same thing. So, the vendors association, especially the executive, needs to continue working with the members to make things progress. I think they had a good, they were happy with the results of Juneke Hall, I believe. I didn't hear any grumbling, so I just assume that things went well for them.
Well, since there is no grumbling, let us hopefully that's a good thing. All right, we have another notice here that there is a course being offered by NSDC. It is a 4-day short course in hydrating food. That should be of interest to those of you doing agro processing, and that is taking place from the 14th to the 19th. It is a free course, and you will be getting a certificate at the end. So those of you who are free from the 14th to the 19th, or can take the 4 days from the 14th to the 19th to attend, please contact us so that we can get the information to you. Okay, I'm loving that we have so many reminders in the chat tonight. Thank you to all those of you who are commenting so that we don't forget anything to present to our valuable listenership tonight. And we want to also remind the vendors there is a meeting tomorrow 4:30 at the infant school. Please attend. As you see, there's so many things coming out for vendors. You guys getting so many benefits. So do not stay behind and miss out on these opportunities. Okay, so calling all vendors, members of the Soufriere Vendors Association, to a meeting at the Soufriere Infant School 4:30 p.m. And don't forget the meeting from the SMMA at 5:30 p.m. Okay, so there's plenty of things to do tomorrow. There should be nobody in their homes tomorrow by 6 p.m. Everybody should be at a meeting. Okay, so all those of you listening to Let's Connect tonight, I want to thank you for sticking with us. Next week we shall be back, hopefully with more information regarding our first place B honey winner from the UK, Thompson, and hopefully an update from the robotics team as well. Also, we are celebrating well, not celebrating, acknowledging diabetic month this month as well. So I am hoping that we can get some more information for those of you with diabetes, suffering with diabetes, living with diabetes, struggling with diabetes. We're going to be bringing information to you hopefully next week. I'm not sure who my guest will be as yet, but that shall be announced before the time. So thank you for joining us on Let's Connect. It's been wonderful. Honorable Emma Hippolyte, any final words from you?
Well, to thank you, Renata, for hosting, but also to encourage our regular listeners to try to encourage others to listen, because we are giving a lot of information there. So we need to find a way to try to share that information with others. So that is, if there's anybody with some technical know-how as to how we can do that, Renata, is the type of conversation we need to have. We need to ensure we have more listenership, or at least one or two persons from each constituency, each community rather, listening, so that the words and what we're doing can get to the right people.
Yes, we need persons to recirculate the information. We need the information to be in circulation. So if there's anybody who has interest in maybe presenting yourself as that particular person that we can send information to. Maybe if you missed the show but you're willing to circulate information, we can always send you in written form or voice note form some of the updates or the link for the show so that you can watch it after or circulate it afterwards so persons can go back and watch the live. So if there's anybody who would like to have that role, just let me know. Check me out at the Soufriere constituency office, or you can inform those of if you're closer to 88.5, you can come in and inform them and the message will get to me. Okay, so once again, good night to everyone, and thank you for joining us on Let's Connect on 88.5 Soufriere FM. Good night and stay warm.
Good night, everybody.